Hi everyone, Helena here, and today I'm really excited to be chatting to Yasmin Hodge, also known as Gels by Yaz on Instagram, because she has started a Facebook group called Nailing Disabilities, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that Facebook group and why she founded it, and also how it serves to support and help beauty professionals, not just nail professionals, but beauty professionals that experience certain challenges throughout their career because of perhaps mental or physical ailments. So she'll be coming them below. This will always also be saved to our Instagram and also featured on our website. Bear with me. There we go. I think she's in now. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk about your amazing initiative and Facebook group that has just been so popular since you launched it in January, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
It's amazing. So why don't we sort of start from the beginning and tell us a little bit about you and your journey into the nail industry?
Yeah. So I've been a nail tech now for 3 years. Before being a nail tech, I was a nursery nurse. But due to my health, I had to stop that as it was just too debilitating. So then lockdown kind of hit, and I thought, actually, I'll have a play around. Not that I should have, because now I've learned that it's not a good thing. But I had a play around with a few nail products. And I actually thought, oh, this is actually really fun. I actually really enjoyed doing it. My mum pushed me to qualify because I was like, no, I can't do it. She pushed me to do it. I did it.
Go on, mum.
Yeah, go mum. Yeah, she pushed me to qualify. And here I am now, 3 years later. Never thought I would be where I am today, but I am, and I'm proud.
Absolutely, yes, you should be, because you have a lovely client base and you have a great social media following, and you're very proactive on social
Yeah.
media as well, which is wonderful. So you've established a really good profile in the industry in quite a short amount of time, haven't you?
Yeah.
Amazing. And you experienced some challenges
Yeah.
in your career, don't you, because
Yeah.
of various health ailments? Like, what kind of challenges do you face?
So I can't have a large client base because because of the fatigue side of things, but also due to the pain. So I'm not a nail tech that can work back to back, 5 days, 6 days a week. I physically can't do that. I have a very small client base, um, but the clients that I have are completely understanding that if I need to reschedule, then I can do so. I also struggle with finding the correct product for me. I've had some difficulties with like certain bottles that I can't open, to the point where I'm like to my client, can you open this bottle for me? um, and things like before I even discovered the world of e-file, the strain it would put on my shoulders, my hands, my arms was crazy. But now I've actually gone to the e-file world. It's like a completely different world, and it's amazing. Things like also feeling alone within the industry because of your struggles. um, I I won't lie, I didn't realise there was as many techs, beauty therapists out there that also had similar conditions to myself. And that's been quite rewarding in a way to be able to connect with
Yeah.
others in the same position. I'm not going to lie, I've shed a few tears over it, and I am quite glad that there's this community now for us all.
Yeah, because I mean, we've spoken to you, various members of the team have spoken to you
Yeah.
about nailing disabilities and your career in the past, and you've mentioned that there hasn't been that much support, if any, or awareness
No.
for beauty professionals and nail professionals that have various ailments. Like, you've kind of had to find your own way and
Yeah.
products that help you adapt to your
Yeah.
needs, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been an experiment to say the least, but it's also been an expensive experiment to try
Right.
and find what has helped me and my conditions. And I'm completely aware that, different products and different brands might not suit everybody with the same illness as me. But I think it's a great idea to have a place where everyone can kind of list what they do think is great. And then people can think, oh, okay, maybe I'll like order a trial kit or something. So then they're not spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a product that they'll eventually think, actually, I can't work with this product.
Absolutely. So it was all of these ideas. So your experiences and, not being able to necessarily find products quickly or
Yeah,
techniques that help you to kind of make your career more viable, I guess,
yeah,
in your day to day, that kind of sparked the launch of the Nailing Disabilities Facebook group. So
yeah.
you kicked that off, you launched it in January, but how long had you been kind of thinking about it? And talk me through when you were setting it up and the response
Okay.
you had.
Yeah. So I don't sleep a lot. So I had this thought at like 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh, it would be like a really good idea if there was a community where, like-minded people could come together and discuss their challenges, but also like their achievements, such as getting out of bed is a big thing for people with a chronic illness. So I was like kind of Googling Instagram, Facebook, couldn't find anything that was active and still going. So I ran the idea past my mum, because she's my number one supporter.
Go
Everything
on,
I do,
Mum.
I'm like, Mum, yeah, I'm just like, Mum, what do you think of this? I always find a way of talking myself out of things. But she's like, no, you will not. So I spoke to my mum about it just before Christmas, and she was like, do it. And I just was like, oh, I'll do it in the new year. It's Christmas, And then in January, then I thought to myself, you know what? It's a new year. I'm gonna do it. If it fails, it fails. At least I've tried. I can say I've tried. So it was January the 18th. I set up the group thinking, right, I'm gonna get like 10 members, if that. I'm not really gonna go far. And to me, that didn't matter. Just being able to help a small percentage of people was what actually mattered to me at most. And within the night, I had so many members that I actually couldn't keep on top of it. It was crazy. I had no idea how much a place like this was actually needed within the industry. I've had brands supporting me along the way. I've hit 619 members, I think I've got now, and it's literally been going just over 2 months. It's insane. I never thought I'd have that many people in the group.
But how incredible to know that you have highlighted an area in the industry that's been a little bit, I guess, overlooked and redundant, because without having this presence, this kind of idea that you could create a community, it hadn't been highlighted, and there wasn't I guess a safe space for people with mental and physical ailments to kind of just share them, discuss them, support one another, and also raise awareness. Because I do think, like you were saying earlier, I think when we interviewed you, you said that you seek potentially up to 4 clients a day as your maximum.
Yeah.
And that's on a good day. But it's also, I think, important to share how you communicate that to your clients in an appropriate way. And this group is amazing for the ideas and the posts that these working beauty professionals share, and how they support one another. Because I think some people are so threatened by competition, aren't they? But you do need safe spaces like this for, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of beauty professionals. It's a very big industry. So it's nice to be able to help one another with advice.
Yeah. So when I was in school, I always felt like the odd one out. It was a really difficult time for me. And when I joined the beauty industry, I kind of still felt alone in a way, because there was people I spoke to, but nobody really knew about it and suffered themselves, if that makes sense. So when I made this group, the amount of messages that I've actually had from people saying, we've needed something like this in the industry for such a long time, like, you've changed how I'm looking at my disabilities now. There's a lot of people that just come on in the morning just to have a bit of a rant, and they're like, I need to have this rant, I feel better now. And that's what I want. I want it to be a safe space for people to just have that little bit of a rant, and then think, right, okay, moving forward, what am I going to do now?
Absolutely. And within the group, so if people search for Nailing Disabilities on Facebook, it's a private group to ensure that kind of safe space. So you request to join. What happens then?
So there's only myself as admin at the minute. You request to join and you answer. There's two questions. The first question is, what are your chronic illnesses or disabilities? And then the second one is, what is your job title? So the reason behind these questions is genuinely to make it a safe space. I don't want any Joe blogs just joining. I make sure that everybody has answered the questions correctly. I want to know if they've got a chronic illness, whether that be mental or physical. It's completely confidential. Like I said, only myself sees this, and there's so many people I actually forget what people have. Anyway, and also I want to make sure that they're within the beauty and nail tech industry, just to make sure that when people are posting in the group, it's that safe space for them and people are not going to be judged, because that's the last thing I want in the group. I don't want judgment at all. Some people have tried to join that haven't answered the questions. So rather than me just accepting them or declining them, I've then messaged them, and they're like, oh, I didn't even realise those questions. And then they answer them. And then if they fit the kind of criteria, I accept them into the group then. I think it's important to have that kind of safety feature at the beginning to make sure that people that are in the group should be in the group at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes total sense. And so in terms of what happens in the group, so you're kind of celebrating achievements,
Yeah.
you're serving up advice, like what kind of posts are on there and how do people help each other?
So typically on a Sunday we have achievements of the week. So no matter how small or how big, you write your achievement, and then a lot of time people will just say like doing the laundry, for example, and so many people can relate to that. And I think that's what's amazing about the group, is that no matter how small your achievement is, it's an achievement. You should still be proud of it. I typically ask what people's goals are for the week as well, no matter how small or how big. Mondays I tend to have Monday motivation quotes, so kind of what kind of thing will get you going for the week. On a Tuesday so far, I've had since actually starting the group, I've had a giveaway every Tuesday, because so many brands have been so generous and actually wanted to support, disabilities, which I think is amazing. So yeah, so far every Tuesday we've had a giveaway post in the group. On a Wednesday we kind of celebrate that we've made it halfway through the week. We're almost there, and I tend to kind of get in touch with people and ask them how they're feeling, checking everyone's okay, checking in on people, because I think that's important. Some people might just read the posts and not actually want to engage because they don't feel like they should. They feel embarrassed. I don't want that. So that's typically on a Wednesday. A Thursday then, I typically kind of there'll be some odd engagement posts, so everyone go and follow everyone's Instagrams, their TikToks, and I've had a lot of people actually say that this is really helping them because they're following people that are kind of in similar situations to them, which has been motivational for them. So that kind of thing happens on a Thursday, and if I've not got one of them on, then it'll just be like your motivational quotes asking how the week's going. A Friday I tend to put like, we're at the weekend, what are you doing? I've had a few medical humour posts go in the group as well on a Friday, just lighten it up a little bit. Saturday is typically a self-care Saturday. I'm trying to get everybody involved in self-care because at the end of the day they deserve to take that time out. There's a lot of people in the group that have families, so I think it's important that they can still have that time to themselves, even if it's literally just a bit of skincare routine. Something like that is going to make them feel better. I try to plan my posts a week ahead, so there's always something going on in the group. I try to post morning and evening because I think it's important to be engaging with others in the group, so it doesn't just kind of like die down. I want it to continuously keep growing. So I kind of have that kind of like plan around it, and then depending if there's new things going on, I kind of like input them instead. But that's typically the layout of the group.
Wow, but that keeps you busy, doesn't it?
It does. Honestly, it keeps me really busy.
You're going to have to find another admin, I think, because I think, I mean, you've got about 620 members of this group now, and hopefully you'll be getting some more now that we're spreading awareness. But I think in the first 3 weeks, you gained 500 members of this group, didn't you? That's incredible.
It was crazy. I never realised how many people would actually join the group, and so many people were sharing it on their socials. So many brands, like Katie Barnes has got behind me, Hola have got behind me. So many brands have got behind me, and I'm also sharing it. That is showing so many people, and I kind of think to myself, imagining like 500 people in a room, and I'm like, okay, that's scary.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely. But I think even if people don't necessarily want to post in the group, it's probably really helpful to just if you are suffering from a various ailment or disability, to just read what other people are saying, read how they're supporting one another, or read what's helping them continue on in their career and help
Yeah.
make their lives a little bit easier, really.
Yeah, there's been quite a few people that actually don't post their own in the group, and there's quite a few people that also don't engage at all, but then they've actually messaged me personally and said, like, I'm not ready to share my story yet, but thank you so much for everything you're doing. You know, your group has really uplifted me today when I've been struggling, things like that. And it's moving, I'm not gonna lie, because I never realized that the impact that this group would have actually had on so many people. But I think it's important, even if you're not ready to share your story yet, join the group anyway, because you never know, you might benefit from it.
Absolutely. And we've had such a lovely comment. We've had several lovely comments on this live, but one just now says, your group is such a sanctuary for We Now Text with disabilities. So full credit to you for creating something that has been such a wonderful introduction to this area of the industry, and such a community space and such a helpful space for those that maybe felt that they were alone before.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of us that felt alone. And I've received a lot of messages saying that now they don't feel as alone anymore. And to me, that is really important, because I've suffered, I'm not ashamed to say it, I've suffered with my mental health because of my physical health. And I feel like having this group, I've even gone in the group and I've ranted, and, you know, everyone's gone behind me and they're like, I hope you're okay and things. And I think that's a good thing to have, that even the the creator of the group as myself can still have that safe space as well to go and discuss challenges. And so many people are in the group that I've kind of had conversations with privately now, that I think that the community it's growing is going to be such a lovely community.
Yeah, it really is. And just a huge congratulations on creating it. It is such a wonderful group and it's such a great idea, and so needed. And full kudos to you for creating it. So
Thank
anyone
you.
that wants to be a part of it, just head over to Facebook and search for Nailing Disabilities, and it will pop up. It's a lovely logo that is some beautiful hands, nice bright logo called Nailing Disabilities. You can't miss it,
No,
but it's not
I
just for nail text, is
no,
it?
it's not just for nail text. I created that logo thinking, oh, it's fine, nobody's really gonna see it. And now, like, everybody, it's like in Scratch Magazine, it's on people's socials. I'm like, okay, that looks really bad now.
Not at all. It's nice and bright and bold, and you know what, it does what it says on the tin, which is the important thing.
Yeah,
So it's lovely it's there, so people, you'll spot it straight away if you log on to Facebook. So thank you so much for taking the time to share your story, and also be such a fantastic advocate for disabilities. It's just a wonderful thing that you're doing to support other people in the industry.
thank you so
And
much.
absolute pleasure. Well, thank you, Yaz, and please do go and join the Facebook group if it is something that you feel that you will benefit from. It's Nailing Disabilities on Facebook, and I'm sure we will catch up with you
Yeah,
very soon.
yes, hopefully.
Take
Thank you
care,
so much.
Yaz.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.